Sometimes people don't trust you, but they won't say it. They won't confront you. They won't explain how they feel. Instead, they do something else. They test you quietly, subtly, repeatedly. And the worst part, most people don't even realize it's happening. They just feel off, like something isn't right, like they're being watched, judged, measured. And if you don't understand these tests, you'll keep trying to prove yourself to people who already decided not to trust you. You've probably felt this before. Someone says they're cool with you, but their behavior says something else. They ask strange questions. They react in unexpected ways. They put you in situations that feel unnecessary. One day they're warm, next day they're distant, and you're sitting there thinking, did I do something wrong? Here's the truth. You didn't. You're just being tested, not trusted. And that confusion, that emotional tension, that's exactly what keeps you stuck. Because when you feel like you're being judged, you start overthinking, you start performing, trying to say the right things, trying to act the right way. And without realizing it, you lose your natural confidence. And this is where it gets dangerous, because these tests aren't random. They reveal something deeper. They show how someone really sees you, not what they say, but what they believe. And once you understand these patterns, everything changes. Here are 6 signs they're testing you, not trusting you. 1, they give you small tests. They don't ask for big proof. They start small. Little favors, tiny requests, minor situations, but they're watching closely. For example, they might ask you to do something simple, like show up on time or follow through on a small promise. Seems normal, right? But here's the catch. It's not about the task. It's about your consistency. Most people don't notice this, but small tests are low-risk ways to measure you. If you fail the small things, they assume you'll fail the big ones. But here's what most people miss. Passing the test doesn't always build trust. Sometimes it just leads to more tests. 2, they watch your reactions closely. This one is subtle, but powerful. They don't just listen to what you say. They watch how you react. Your tone, your face, your body language. For example, like you share an opinion, and instead of responding normally, they challenge you slightly. Not aggressively, just enough. Why? They want to see if you get defensive, if you stay calm, or lose control. Because your reaction tells them more than your words ever could. And this changes everything. Because now, every interaction becomes a silent evaluation. And this is where it gets worse. 3, they create pressure situations. They don't test you when things are easy. They test you when things feel uncomfortable. They might put you on the spot, change plans, suddenly create mild stress. Why? Because pressure reveals truth. For example, they might ask you something personal in front of others, or give you responsibility without warning. And they're watching, do you panic? Do you stay composed? Do you handle it or avoid it? Here's the truth. People don't trust your calm words. They trust your behavior under pressure. 4, they doubt your words. This one feels frustrating. You say something and they don't fully accept it. They question it. They double check. They hesitate. For example, you tell them you'll handle something, and instead of trusting you, they follow up again and again. Or they verify it through someone else. It feels disrespectful. But psychologically, it means your words alone aren't enough for them. They need proof, because in their mind, trust isn't given, It's earned repeatedly. But here's what most people don't realize. The more you try to convince them, the less convincing you become. 5. They act differently around you. This one creates confusion because their behavior isn't consistent. With others, they're relaxed, open, natural. With you, they're more controlled, more careful, sometimes even distant. For example, they might joke freely with others, but stay serious with you, or share personal things with others, but keep you at a distance. Why? Because they're still evaluating you. They haven't decided where you stand. And until they do, they keep their guard up. And this leads to the final sign. 6. They don't fully open up. No matter how long you've known them, something feels held back. They share, but not everything. They talk, but stay surface level. For example, you open up about something real, and they respond, but don't match your depth. They keep things safe, controlled, because trust, to them, is still uncertain. And here's the deeper truth. People only open up fully when they feel safe. If they're testing you, they don't feel safe yet. So why do people do this? It's not always about you. Most of the time, it's about them. Past experiences, broken trust, disappointments. Well, maybe they trusted the wrong person before. Maybe they got hurt. So now, instead of trusting naturally, they test first. They protect themselves. And while that makes sense, it creates a hidden tension in relationships. Because testing without communication creates distance, not connection. So, what should you do? Here's where your power comes in. First, stay calm. Don't overreact to their behavior. The moment you become emotional, you fail the test. Second, don't overprove yourself. You don't need to constantly explain, justify, or convince. Confidence doesn't chase approval, it stays steady. And third, set quiet boundaries. If someone keeps testing you endlessly, you don't need to play along forever. Because here's the truth. Respect grows when you stop trying to earn it and start expecting it. At the end of the day, you can't control how people see you, but you can control how you show up, calm, consistent, unshaken. And when you stop trying to prove yourself, that's when everything shifts. People either start respecting you, or they reveal they never intended to trust you in the first place. And that clarity, that's your freedom. If this made you see things differently, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because understanding people is the ultimate advantage.